Hey everybody, Greg Bedard from BostonSportsJournal.com here at Gillette Stadium, where the Patriots just finished off their 20-10 victory over the Carolina Panthers in their second preseason game. Headlines on this game, I guess we got to start with the offense. It was the first time we saw Mac Jones in the first team offense with an asterisk. Due to injuries, they had to reshuffle the offensive line, so you had Yadni Cajuste at left tackle, Cole Strange at left guard, David Andrews at center, James Ferentz at right guard, and Mike Onwenu at right tackle. Trent Brown didn't dress. Isaiah Wynn has been out. Justin Herron also injured. Not exactly ideal, and you have to factor that into a little bit the way the offense started, but first two drives, they went 3 and out. First play of the game was a pretty good run by Damian Harris for 6 yards where he powered through. The next 6 offensive plays went for a total of -2 yards. As they went 3 and out, Mac Jones was sacked on his first third down. James Ferentz gave up that sack. It appeared, really clunky start. Third possession, they got something going a little bit. Ty Montgomery came in at running back between runs, passes, a few short passes, one behind the line, 1 3 yards in front of it. That seemed to get Mac Jones settled. He was very wild early, threw behind Devontae Parker, threw high to Nelson Aguilar early. Those short passes seemed to get him settled a little bit. And then he finally hit a big pass, about 45 yards to Nelson Aguilar down the left sideline. A perfect pass from Mac Jones. Great catch by Aguilar. That led to the Patriots' only touchdown in the first half, a Ty Montgomery run. So, look, it wasn't a good offensive performance, but at least they found something positive at the end. That was the last series for Mac Jones and the starters. Then they turned it over to Brian Hoyer and Bailey Zappi, but at least they were able to finish on a positive note. A couple other offensive notes. Matt Patricia called the plays the entire game. Not sure what to make of it. We saw Joe Judge involved a bit the week before. That didn't go on this game. It looks like that's where we're headed. We'll have to see how that goes and what Bill Belichick has to say about it after the game. A pregame note. Kendrick Bourne did not dress for this game. We do not know. We didn't see Kendrick Bourne suffer an injury. It's possible he did have one. You would still think he would have dressed and been on the sideline in some form or fashion unless it was a major injury. But Kendrick Bourne not being out there leads you to wonder, could he be on the trade block? Is there some unhappiness with his role, which has been diminished in the last week? He got in a fight this week. Bill Belichick was all over his case at one point for some sort of equipment violation. It wasn't a good week for Bourne. He also wasn't his same jovial self when he met with the media. Have to wonder if something else is going on with him. Then again, it could be as simple as some sort of minor injury or a personal thing, and Bill said take the night off. But a little bit unusual at this point for him not to even be dressed out on the sideline, so that's something to monitor. Tyquan Thornton, the wide receiver, second-round pick, who has really come on of late, suffered an injury during this game, a shoulder injury, and the Patriots immediately ruled him out for the rest of the game. There wasn't much time left, but the Patriots usually label everybody as questionable, even if they have a hangnail. For them to say that he was out for the game, the fear has to be that there's a major injury. We'll have to see whether he's in the locker room here after the game or not. That's usually a clue on how serious an injury is. The good news for this Patriots team, I thought the defense did pretty well. I mean, again, it wasn't the Panthers starters. They saw PJ Walker and Matt Corral at quarterback most of the game. Darnold and Mayfield did not play. They did have some of their starters on the offensive line, and it was good to see the pass rush really get after it a few times. Josh Uche had a sack. Dietrich Wise had a sack. They generated a lot of pressure. Jonathan Jones seemed to play well on the outside, had good coverage in the end zone to prevent a touchdown. So a lot of encouraging things for the Patriots defense in this one, not so much the offense. This is going to be a big week for the offense. They go out to Las Vegas for 2 joint practices with the Raiders, and then they're going to have about 10 practices worth of preparation for the season opener. It's getting late in the game for the offense. They need to get going this week in Vegas to really get going in a positive direction for the season opener. But that'll do it from here for Gillette. I'm Greg Bedard from BostonSportsJournal.com. Make sure you check out all of our coverage there at the website.